So this was your assignment for NTI Day 4, and it's also going to be the same assignment for NTI Day 5. We're going to add a few problems to it. Some of you did have some trouble with some of these. Most of you did okay on the top few. Let me go ahead and show you how to complete problems like number 6. First of all, if anything inside the parentheses does not have an exponent, you can put an exponent, and it's an exponent of 1. And because of the 2 being on the outside of the parentheses, it kind of goes along with the thought process of a distributive property. You have to distribute that exponent to every single exponent inside the parentheses. And by distribute, I mean multiply. So this actually becomes 2 times 1, that makes that to the 2nd power. X becomes x to the 2 times 2, which is the 4th power. And y becomes y to the 2 times 3, which is the 6th power. Now you're not finished, because you can go ahead and simplify 2 squared. That means 2 times 2, which is 4. So your final answer will be 4, x to the 4th, y to the 6th. And that's all you can do there. Okay, so when you see a parenthesis and an exponent on the outside, it gets distributed to all of the exponents on the inside. Another quick one, let's look at number 8. Again, the 6 does not have an exponent, so you can put a 1 there, and then distribute the 3 to all of the exponents on the interior. So this becomes 6 to the 3 times 1, which is 3rd power, x to the 12th power, y to the 3 times 6, which is the 18th power. And then go ahead and simplify 6 cubed, which means 6 times 6 times 6, and that would be 216. So the answer is going to be 216, x to the 12th, y to the 18th. And that's all you can do to that problem. So there's your final answer on problems like that. Now let's get down and look at problems like number 15. It's a division. And the rule at the top of your page says when you divide, you're supposed to subtract exponents. And when you have regular numbers like these, you can go ahead and divide them. So 22 divided by 2 is going to be 11. So you go ahead and do that. And now the y down here, I kind of drew through that, didn't need to. That's a y. It doesn't have an exponent, so you can put yourself a 1 there. And the rule up at the top of the page says to subtract your exponents. So I have y to the 6th and y to the 1st. So I have to subtract it. 6 minus 1 would leave y to the 5th. And then I subtract. I look at my z's. I'm going to have 8 minus, and that's a negative 7. So in your brain, 8 minus a negative 7. It's really going to be add the opposite. That's going to be 15 because you're integer rules. So that's going to be z to the 15th. That one was a little more difficult just because it threw that negative in there. Okay, let's back up here and look at number 13. So here's your final answer there. Let's look over at number 13, again, another division problem. Go ahead and if you have regular numbers, divide them. 9 divided by a negative 3 is a negative 3. Now let's look at your variables. The a does not have an exponent, so write in a little 1. Now it's going to be a to the 3rd minus a to the 1st. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So that's going to leave a to the 2nd power. 5 minus the 2 is 3. So b to the 3rd power. And that's your final answer. So you're going to work these all the same way. And if they don't have exponents, put little 1s in there. Go ahead and divide the numbers just like you normally would in a division problem. Okay, now let's go. This is what you were supposed to have done for NTI Day 4. Was the first 15. I know some of us had some trouble, but that's okay. We're going to look on, and we're going to mark some of these out for Day 5 on NTI. Let's go ahead and look at some of the easier ones. I'll do an example here just because the other ones are more difficult. On this one right here, when you're multiplying the same base, all you have to do is add your exponents. So that should be x to the 9th power. Okay, let me show you one a little different. This one right here is an adding problem, and when you're adding, these rules don't apply. It's like having 2 x raised to the 3rd power plus 7 x raised to the 3rd power. If you add 2 x raised and then you add 7 more x raised, it's the same piece. So how many total x raised would you have had? That would have been 9 total x raised. So x to the 3rd, it remains because that's the same piece. You're not multiplying. This is an addition problem. So that is one that I wanted to make sure I brought your attention to. Also, let's real quick look down at number 24. Anything to the 0 power is automatically 1, so x to the 0 power is 1. So this is like having 6 times 1, which is 6, and then y to the 8th. This one, you're going to have to distribute that 4 inside here. Now, even this number does not have an exponent, so you give it 1 and then distribute. So that's going to be 2 to the 4th, so this is the subtraction problem, 2 to the 4th, y to the 4 times 2, which is 8. Now, go ahead, before you can actually work this problem out, do 2 to the 4th. What is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2? That should be 16. So your problem becomes 6y to the 8th minus 16y to the 8th. So if you have 6 yo-yos, let's say, to the 8th power, and you take away 16 yo-yos to the 8th power, what is 6 minus, because that's the same thing, same exact variable to the same exact power, so you can actually subtract them. What is 6? Take away 16 of them. That should leave you a negative 10. So a negative 10 y's or yo-yos or whatever you want to call it, to the 8th power. And that's your final answer on that one. That one was just a little different from some of the ones up here. You're going to run into the same style of problems, okay, like as these. You're going to run into those same types of problems down here. I just want you to try them. The ones that I don't want you to try because they're a little different and I haven't had time to go over is problems like 25. So we'll mark out problem 25. We won't do it. We won't do because we're going to end up with a negative exponent on the bottom and we haven't really discussed that. So we'll mark out number 26 and we'll mark out number 27. And the rest of these I want you to try. Do I expect you to get every single one of them correct? Probably not, but we're going to try. I'm also going to give you guys an answer bank for each section. So I'll show you that, and then I'll also attach a picture of that. So for NTI Day 5, I want you to finish these problems at the bottom of the sheet that was on your, I'll upload it again though onto NTI Day 5, except for these 3 problems. I'm also giving you an answer bank for the top and the bottom, okay? And I'll also upload a picture of those. So here is your answer bank. So if you're watching this video and you want to pause it to write those down, you may, but I'll also attach a link for the picture for you to just kind of pop up and have at your access. All these are in random order, and some of these I did for you. So just try them. That's all I ask. Hopefully we'll see y'all next week.